My bad. I'm sorry. That 30-second count beat gets me every single time. I cannot stop dancing to it. It is.
I did that too.
I'm saying it's addictive.
It's catchy.
It is.
Anyway, folks, hello. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some dope episodes to step two. Step two. Don't mind me, folks. Hello, welcome once again. It's been a while since we've spoken, but hello. This is the Hungry Bleek podcast. I am the aforementioned Hungry Bleek, Antonio Pomares, and we're going to do something a little different today. Normally, I would be talking about comics. Today, we're going to stray from comics a little bit. Not too far. It's going to come back, but a little bit. It's going to go off screen. We're going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about... See, that was someone revving their engine because they got to get home so they can listen and watch this episode. That's what I'm talking about. I hear you. No, I hear you. I love that type of action, that passion. We're going to talk about Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. That's the newest season for Destiny 2, which is a game that has been going on for, oh my God, as long as Guardians have been around, I want to say. It's just been there, and it keeps coming out, and it's incredible. So I have three people right now who are more passionate about Destiny 2 than I am. They're people that actually got me into playing it more than I was already playing because I stopped for a while. These are the Guardians. We are not a clan. We are a group of people that sometimes come together and play, which I like to call Fireteam Excellence, or Excellence if you're just speaking English. So let's start with the introductions, and also something different. I will not be introducing them because my introductions are like ridiculous. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We're going to start with Pain 128.
Hi, I'm Pain 128. For those that see me, watch Java on Twitch, you have the face to the name now. And I like video games.
It feels like it's a meeting when she said that, like, I like video games. Like, we all have a problem and we all need that counseling. We're all going to get a pamphlet afterwards, eat a donut, get some coffee, and we're all going to get sponsors after each session.
If having a problem loving video games is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Amen to that.
And you're not right. Next up, we've got Jabbachan.
Hey everybody, I am Jabbachan. Most people just use Jabba for short, not Jabba the Hutt. I've been playing Destiny since D1, and even when it was just the beta version. So I've been Hunter going strong. Even got the shirt on. So it's like, it's a Destiny day. How y'all doing today?
I appreciate that. I appreciate the Hutt reference. I appreciate the t-shirt. I've been looking for a nice Hunter or just Destiny t-shirt in general. I found one. It doesn't have exactly what I want, but I think I'm going to order it anyway because it just looks awesome, and I'm going to be proud to wear it. And it's going to be in honor of Ace of Spades. Awesome. Next up, this player is just, if you cut him, he bleeds motes, like literally. Like, he'll bleed motes out of his veins. This is PharaohRamsay.
Hello, everybody. PharaohRamsay here. Been playing Destiny since its inception in D1. Wasn't able to be as lucky as Jabba for beta, but again, been playing for a while. Love the game. My favorite part of it is Dreaming City. I'm a Warlock main, and I'm glad to be here.
Outstanding. Yeah, I've been playing since Destiny 1 2. It was the first game I think that I bought digitally, and the first game I pre-ordered. So I got to play that beta. I played it ridiculously. A friend of mine that I worked with, he told me about it. I was like, okay, cool. Went, played it. And I was like, oh, the way you could slide in, and there were different classes, and I was like, oh,
slide.
Like the slide is what really got me, and I just kept sliding. He was like, "Yo, can you stop?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm a grown ass man, dog." I just spent how much money on this? Almost because I got like the deluxe, like everything.
Oh,
and I was like, okay. And then seeing it count down to when it would download and it did automatically was cool. So I'm right there with Java as far as the D1. I still have it on my it's actually on my PS4. I might actually download it and play it just because why not go back and just have some fun. So with the Witch Queen season, which has been out since what's it been, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Was Tuesday that I downloaded?
Yep.
Everybody was just excited. What were the biggest things that you were excited about Jabba?
Well, obviously new content, because who doesn't like new content, of course. And just the overall story, and especially how the last season was leading up into the new one. I just want to see like how everything um like unfolds, and especially because they do make references from Destiny 1 for a lot of people that don't notice it. So that's like a good reference to it.
What about you, Pharaoh? What was something that you were looking forward to with this new season?
The glaive. For the longest time, I think that Destiny was missing something like that. That whole craft, portion of MMO was missing, and the way that they've done it so far, I'm very impressed. So it was definitely the glaive for me.
It's funny to go to the area where everyone's at and to see everyone with glaives. Just everybody just got this big pole stick on their back, and I'm looking around like, all right, well, let me change a weapon because I want to be the one that stands out in this crowd. But it's great to have something different and new that we can play with and hopefully see more of. What about you? Pain. I don't know what saying pain. I'm like, I feel like I should feel something in my hip, like a little static. Were you looking forward to most?
For me, I like games with story. So I didn't mention this, but I've been playing since 2020. An old friend of mine, invited me to play, and once I started playing, I was hooked. So I'm still, out of all four of us, I'm still a baby playing this game. But I've been liking the story so far for Witch Queen, and even the storylines before that led up to it, and it really got me like so centered on what's happening, and the glaive too, and then the bows, because I'm a bow user. So I really like the new bows that came out, and then
Yes.
just poking things with the glaive is fun. But I really really like how the story's going so far.
I didn't realize that it was a melee weapon as well. So
Mhm.
I was just using the energy projection, and then because I only use stasis. That's just what I like to use. It just fits me. And I tried to like use my stasis. And I was like, why won't it let me use my stasis? Because my hands are full with this big pole. I can't use it. And then I realized it was a melee, and I was, oh, okay, that's a great thing. I didn't realize that you've only been playing since 2020. I thought you'd been playing longer than that. I
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me
honestly didn't
too.
know. Oh wow.
Mm-mm.
So
I'm a wee babe.
so that's actually really cool to see your perspective of this when this
Mm-mm.
has been your first. Oh, all right. So that actually gives me more of an appreciation for you with playing, because I thought you had been playing this before that, because I know that you're more of a Final Fantasy and Tomb
Yeah.
Raider um player. Oh, so that's cool. That's really cool. I was looking more towards to see what they were going to do with the classes, the subclasses, to see what they did with Titan, which I only play Hunter just because it just fits me again. I was looking forward to the story, and I was looking forward to what they would bring back, and I wanted to see what they were going to do with the seasons, because I love when they do the little differences and touches with seasons, and when they bring in new game modes and such, what have you. And I want to see what they were going to do with Crucible, because that's my favorite thing to do in the game is play Crucible, because I love the strategy. What have been a couple of, and you were talking about this beforehand, and what have been what's a positive and a negative about this new season so far? Pharaoh.
Positive. I think for me, I think the positive and negative are the same. The content.
Hmm.
Positive is that there's so much new stuff. The negative is there's so much new stuff. Like you don't know where to start. Like there, I see what I think I see what Bungie's doing when it comes to the overall expansion and then the season woven into it. So I think like as you progress, the things get a little unfuzzy, but it's like there's been some times where it's been a little confusing, but then there's been some times where it's like, oh shit, I just found something new, and it's like it's great. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about it, now, did you all get like the regular Witch Queen, or did you get the premium? Did you get the deluxe? Did you get the unleaded? Did you get the like which one did y'all get? Like honestly,
I had got the deluxe one that was bundled with the 30-year anniversary.
so I'm guessing so all three of y'all got that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, bet.
And the amount of updates.
That part.
And the what?
And the amount of updates.
Oh God, yes.
Okay, so Payne, I'm guessing you're going to say updates. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Pros and cons.
Updates. The pro is I like again the story as I mentioned it, and what I really like is how they did hunters because I'm a hunter main. So I really like how they did the void class, how they kind of revamped it, and then the specials is what really got me like, ooh, okay, I'm going back to being a ninja. I like this. So the negative was the update, and then we do see some glitches in terms of like the dailies and the weeklies, mainly the weeklies for your pinnacle. So we've been seeing for the past few days those glitches, and that's the con of it. But then it's a new part of a game, so it's to be expected.
Yeah, I got the regular, and then I was looking at something, and I was looking at because I went up like to third level, and I was like, okay, cool, let me go collect my stuff I collected, and then I saw that there was stuff I couldn't get unless I had the season, and I was like, come on, man, come on, for real. Oh, didn't I just give y'all some? So I went ahead and bought it, but then I forgot my PSN password. Which I do quite often. So I just give myself a new password. I'm not.
You're not, but yeah.
Whatever. It's fine. It was probably time for a new one anyway. So then I had to download those 3 new, and it said 8 hours. I said that's a work shift. Come on, what are you serious?
Like, did you just bust me in my lip?
And I'm off, so it's not a work shift because I'm home. I'm like, okay, but it's okay because I have more than enough things to do, so it's great. But I'm very happy. What about you, Jabba? Pros and cons.
Pro is definitely the new shape of how they did for Void. Because going back into D1, I played only Void class. I didn't play as Arc. I didn't play as Solar. I was only Void all the way through. And then it's like I think as later on when like D2 started to happen, and then especially when like the Stasis was like the newest subclass, I'm like, okay, I have to play this just so I can understand the story and use my powers to a certain extent. But once they added the new stuff for Void, I'm like, bye, Void all the way. We're going back to it. Give me the the cons is like, of course, updates, which is like out of nowhere now. And especially when you get like those notifications. Now, this is just me as like a overall gamer. I have a pet peeve where it's like if there's like a check mark or like an exclamation mark where like you need to go get it and it doesn't go away, I'm like,
drives me up.
I'm like, why? I did it. Like, why is it not unclear? Like clearing, like get it off.
And then you find yourself just going on Google to find out what's going on with the error codes.
Because I remember there was a time, and it'll be real quick, where me and Payne were playing, and we went to Hawthorne, and she had some stuff for me, and I'm like, all right, there's 2 spheres. I like 2 emblems. I'm like, I need to get them. Why is she not giving me what she owe? Like, give me my stuff. And it took me, I think, like 3 days afterwards for me to finally get my rewards. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with you no more.
Destiny
going on about it for 3 days.
Now, was it because it had to update again for you, or was it just because?
I don't know if it was a glitch. I don't know if it was a hiccup because it was already after like their weekly reset. And like, I was grinding, got some bounties done, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, you guys a reward. Go get it. Sure. Where's my reward? Like, where is my item? It's right there. Give me my item.
And she was tight about this for 3 days.
I never would have guessed. I totally never would have guessed by the way she was clenching her hands and reliving, having a flashback of the actual moment.
PTSD.
I mean, I never would have guessed that she was about to shake someone right now.
Oh,
If someone had been standing there, she would have shook them and their pockets would have emptied out until she got some manner of orbs out of their pockets.
at least maybe like one or two.
And she sounds innocent saying that.
Which makes it scarier. That's the problem. I was in D1 and most of D2 until I got back into it and got stasis. I was more of solar. I would use because I loved Gunslinger. Gunslinger was just my favorite one because I love the hot knife, which sounds weird to say out loud as a grown ass man. It sounds like I'm about to stab somebody, or I want some toast with some butter on it, which doesn't sound too bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, I would like I did see that, but just like how we're doing with stasis, when it said void update, I was like, I don't use void. Wait, what? I can't. So I'm thinking about going to use void to see what they've done, and then that makes me excited to see what they're going to do with arc and what they're going to do with solar, or gunslinger, I should say. Just because I do kind of want to use those other classes, but I think I want to use them with other characters like my Titan and my Warlock, which I don't use. I just don't. I got my hunter is my hunter is me basically. Like that's
no shame in that.
Literally my avatar there.
And that's okay.
You know
Hunter's
what is it?
I mean, I haven't even opened up the other two classes yet.
Yeah, and I feel bad because my
Opened up
Warlock
one
is
of
a
the
black
ones.
woman, and I'm like, I want this black woman to wreak havoc. I want her to just be taking bounties and just standing there. I want her on that couch with the skull, like doing like the shade pose, like. Your chicken was dry and the macaroni was not done properly.
Wow.
That's what that pose says to me. That pose is
We are not
family
immune.
reunion shade. That's bougie auntie pose right there. Like
Wow.
Wow, bougie auntie.
Bougie auntie. And look, y'all know I love a bougie auntie. Y'all
Mhm.
know I love me some bougie auntie. I'm not gonna lie. What is it about the main characters that you use, like your main classes that really get you, Pharaoh?
For me, I mean, being a warlock is just the whole space magic piece of it. The fact that my character can come in and heal the entire fire team if need be, but then turn around and then spark up, a bomb that is as hot as the sun, or, a bomb that is going to be like a black hole. So I kind of like the fact that I can play both sides of either being, kind of like the medic, but then also the destroyer.
Okay. I have become the creator and the destroyer. Okay. Digging that Sheba vibe. Okay. Jabba, what about you?
For me, as as a hunter main, I'm more of the Rambo by day and the ninja at night, in a sense. I mean, it's true. Like, I will come in, run and gun, and then if everything goes to shit, I'm like, all right, peace out, I'm out, and bye.
It's like duck, ninja finish.
They'd be like, where'd she go? I said, like, I'm over here in the bushes. But it's like, I'll support you. Like, throw some grenades from afar, but it's like, I'm out.
I'll send you thoughts and prayers until I heal back up, and then I'll come out and help y'all again. That's basically what you said. Was I'll send thoughts and prayers from that bush way over yonder. That's
but I think it's also depending on the class, because the only type of class I would have that is if I was in Void, because you have together. Where it's like, okay, I'll support you. There's some stuff. Run and gun, then run right back. But then if it's arc, it's like, all right, I gotta be like, a Wakanda warrior, start going in with the spear, slicing and dicing, and then just still run away.
All right. So you've mixed in Dora Milaje, Rambo. Mm-hmm. There's a hodgepodge of stuff. I'm gonna have to process that for like later today. I'm gonna process that. Pain, what's your what's the love that you have for your class?
I am more like a purple arrow and a ninja at the same time. Every time I have my bow, I have the arrow theme song in my head. So it's like, and you guys can attest to how much I use my bow. Mm-hmm. So and especially when I have like my void, I would disappear, revive somebody, and then come out and then go back in, then
That
come
was
out.
yesterday.
Yeah, like it's like I kind of use my ninja skills and just like disappear, do a little special with the little whenever the enemy have a dot, and you just do your finisher, and then from afar it's like I can do, arrow like hit points, precision points. So I was like, I really like that. And then I kind of mix up with stasis and arc too. Solar, I'm not the best at, but I like throwing the knife, which is fun.
Mhm.
But I do like the arc as well because I'm fast. So I can just come in, like I don't disappear like Void, but I can still be fast enough where you don't see me. And with stasis, I like to froze things and shatter them. My violent tendencies kind of come out with that.
I agree to
Well,
that.
the funny thing is, this isn't actually a podcast. This is an intervention. We all wanted to talk to you about that anger. We all wanted to. No, I'm just joking. The bow doesn't surprise me because, again, as a Laura Croft Tomb Raider fan, to once again pay homage, it doesn't surprise me. And you have ended quite a few wishes. Some of you will get that. With your bow, so that doesn't surprise me. And once I finally got a bow, because I would see you and Pharaoh play with the bow, and I'm like, oh, well, I want a bow, but I knew I had to get further in the game to get a bow. And when I got a bow, and I loved it because it was much more accurate for me than a sniper rifle.
It gets under your skin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you'll see what I mean by that later.
Yeah. And I've only really used one sniper rifle, and it was an exotic. I can't remember the name of it. But once I started using the bow, I really enjoyed it because I could have that precision hit and be however far away and then still go. And I love jumping and using the bow and seeing if I can time a precision hit perfectly while I'm mid-air using a hunter. Because unfortunately, a hunter has a 3-step jump. Warlock has the hover. So I think a hover is much easier to do it, but I just don't use a warlock. But
No.
I should, really.
No, the hover is not easy.
No, it's not. Even though, people say that the warlocks have the goat of jumping, it's still very hard to control.
The crazy thing is, as a hunter, I used to play with the Titan, and then I play with my fiance, who's a warlock, and then I'm playing
in
with
the game.
as a warlock.
In the game.
In the game.
Let's not scare people. They got Wizards of Waverly Place going on over there. It's not. No, they meant.
Like, wait, what?
Like, we play in the game. He's a warlock, and then I started playing with Pharaoh, finding out that he's a warlock. So I would get so jelly. I'm like, you guys could just hover and float and jet over. I just have to, time my jumps. So they have this exotic called Stompy, which makes it a lot easier. And I remember where my fiance let me play his warlock in the game when he left the room one time. So I was trying to figure out how he hovers over things. I was going in so many different directions. I kept killing his character by accident because I kept misaligning things. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good. I'm not gonna open up a whole new character. I'm good. I think I'll stick to my hunter until I'm ready to try other characters, because I killed his character way too many times trying to figure out his glide and his all the jumping stuff that they do. So kudos to the warlocks and the Titans that can do that so effortlessly.
I mean, it's great that he has the ghost though, so he can just keep coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of platformers, at all. I do not play. I still have PTSD from Mario Brothers, and y'all can take that to the bank and do whatever the hell you want with it. And Pharaoh and I were playing Shattered Throne.
Yep.
And I saw the benefit of being a warlock, because in that dark area where you have to jump on basically a toothpick of a area and you have to land on it, I spent so much time falling and trying to time it perfectly. Then once I started getting better at attributes and stuff like that, and my mobility, I've learned to add certain things. But he would just glide and he would just be how Magneto flies away in the movies and he just looks at everybody like broke ass. That's how he flies away. He literally looks at you like broke ass. He literally does that. That's how he was flying away like
that. I don't be looking back like that. Come on.
I mean, a lot of warlocks do that in Crucible.
I mean, Crucible is
It's the worst for I hate this is when I
See,
really hate
you know
Warlock.
what? I don't. That's the one mode of the game that I play the least.
The only time I had fun playing Crucible was when I played with y'all, because it's better to
Exactly.
have
That's when I like playing
something like
Crucible.
that when you're having people that is better. Just like Gambit, I played Gambit by myself. I mean, just me, and then other people were part of the game.
Mhm.
But that was the only time I had fun in Crucible, was when it was with y'all. And the Warlocks are just, look at these broke ass. Look, we gonna kill them all, right? We just going, all right, cool.
You
I'm
remind
like,
me of this one time. It was
why?
yesterday. It was with Payne and David, and she had just died, and I just came down. I just like floated down.
What happened?
And I kept on going and destroy something. She's like, "Oh, look at you, just gliding in."
Again, that's that bougie auntie energy. Like,
And then on top of that, in Crucible, sometimes the Titans be coming out of nowhere too when they glide in, but they don't glide as long as Warlocks from what I noticed. But sometimes when they do glide, they kind of come in out of nowhere, and they just kind of punch you and then just keep it moving and like hop up and then glide again.
And
Like,
that's
I came
that
across
drunk.
a couple of them like that.
Then that's that drunk uncle energy. So we got the bougie. We gonna say how many different family members that I can just throw into this game for no apparent reason. All right, so we got the bougie auntie and we got the drunk uncle. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna find another one. So speaking of the different modes and different things that you can do in the game, what are some of your favorite game types between like Vanguard, Crucible, Iron Banner? Which Jabba actually got me to like Iron Banner, but I haven't done it since that night, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same.
What has been your favorite game type, Pharaoh?
Right now, I would have to say that it is Days of Eternity. They're hokey 30th anniversary game show type of event and activity, because it's just I think that it has a good mix. Like, it has a good mix of gameplay. It incorporates teamwork with other people, where you don't have to fight against them, but you're actually playing with other human beings. And then the prizes and the little quirky things, it's a different, it's something nice to kind of mix it up, because of all the repetitive grinding sometimes you do. So
yeah, that's because I know that you're a big fan of that, because if we play and I'm like, oh, so what do we want to do? And he's like,
dares.
Can we do some dares? Can we do some? You got games on your phone? Can I do some dares? That's that energy. Like, that's the energy. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I mean, because you got because Payne got that great shot of me sitting on the horse, straight up bougie auntie pose. Like,
I got that too. I gotta share that with you.
This horse is mad dirty. I'm gonna let y'all know. For real. This horse is mad. I don't care if it's celestial. This horse is mad dirty. And your macaroni is still basura. It's still undercooked. And the chicken is still dry. So that's the biggest insult black folk can say.
Dry chicken, yeah, man. You might as well be like, you know what?
Your chicken is dry, or who cooked this?
I give up on the barbecue privileges.
And if it ain't Shirley who made the greens, don't nobody want them. And everybody got Shirley. And you're like, who made the greens? Shirley. Oh, all right. Who made the greens? Mary.
They don't even question it.
Mary made them? No, I'm not going. No. She got cats. But y'all know what that means, though. When somebody says, "Nah, they got cats," you like, you can love animals, but the cat is in there stirring up the greens too. So let's be real. Payne, what is your favorite game mode or thing to do in the game between story and Crucible, dares, all that good stuff?
I remember I mentioned this before, like a long time ago, but I don't like playing PvP. This is the only game that got me into PvP. This is the only game that got me excited to play Iron Banner.
Thanks, Jabba.
Well, the funny thing is, I was playing Iron Banner before I started playing with her. Yeah, because I was playing with an old friend that got me into Destiny. I was playing it with him because he was like straight up Crucible. So for me, I got into it because that's the main thing that we did play, and then I really, really got into it. I really started to like put like builds together and stuff like that, and I'm like, this is actually pretty fun. It's yeah, you get frustrated sometimes, and but then at the same time, I don't even take it that seriously. I just play it, and then when I don't, I remember telling Jabba this. I'm like, when I don't take it seriously, that's when I get kills. But if I get frustrated, I do not kill anybody. Like I do not like get any kind of wins or anything like that. So when you're playing it just for fun and you're kind of leisurely about it, that's actually when I start getting points and all these other things. Um, but I do have a lot of fun with it, and it's a respectable community that I've experienced so far. Like nobody's hitting me up on the PSN to curse me out or anything. So let me knock on wood first. But it's like that's the most fun part for me. And then I think after that is strikes because I get to do it with Java all the time. And then that's when Java got into PvP because we started doing it together. It became even more fun because me and her always get into shenanigans anyway in life and in this game. So it makes it 10 times more fun when we play all the modes together, especially Iron Banner. So yeah, it's fun.
Totally surprised about the shenanigans part. That totally caught me off guard. Would never have expected. Jabba, your there's nothing I can say about that. Jabba, your favorite game mode or thing to do in the game?
My favorite game mode is
Tough.
No, because you know what? It is strikes. Because I was at the point of where if anybody knows South Park and knows the episode, but if anybody knows the South Park when they were doing the World of Warcraft episode and they were already maxed out with all the characters, that's what I was at one point. Where it's like, all right, Pain, I need you to have this bow at this level.
Oh wow, were you were like that?
Yeah,
wow. Like that at this point, where it's like I knew on like repeat everything that was going on within each strike, but it was fun and funny at the same time because at the end of the day, it wasn't gonna get crap because all the rewards just junk at that point. But I do like dares because of the whole game show aspect of it. And like how Zer would come in, or I call him the Shadow Man because he's forever in the shadow somewhere. And it's really hard to find him sometimes when like you need to search for him throughout like throughout the game. Like where is he? He's always like somewhere like in like somebody's back corner. Like oh there you so I would call him Shadow Man for short. And even Pain started to catch on to that too. She's like, Shadow Man. I'm like, he's right there in the shadows. Okay.
The boogeyman himself.
Spaghetti face.
Yeah, no, dares is one thing I do like. And then I did get into PvP because I never really played it before on any other type of shooter because it was always like, crap talking, even though I'd be on mute. And then there was like the classical teabag, which I actually did get one time while playing Destiny. Somebody did teabag me, and I was kind of pissed. So PvP is not really like my favorite, but with friends, it's always awesome.
Yeah, I got confused. I think I got one too when I played, but I got confused. Like I don't know what's going because there's so much chaos going around me. So it's like, okay, what's happening? And then I ended up getting the person back right away and got a trophy for it. But it's just the fact that it's fun because that's when me and her started playing, and once we started playing more. And then we started playing more and more and more. It's like, one more match. Then
it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, that was literally us Friday.
Yeah, I'm like, we need to go.
We need to go take a nappy nap.
I don't subscribe to that Xbox energy. You can keep that trash talking, being mad as hell on that side of the platform. Yeah,
I've never gotten it either.
I haven't gotten it on PSN. I haven't. I used to hear things on Xbox.
I see it, in the community and stuff like that, but
it's much more. There is a much more respectable level of playing, and most times when I'm playing and it's people that I don't know, no one's speaking, which is fine by me because I don't really want to have the conversation if I don't really know you. So it's fine. It's cool. As long as everybody's respectful and, you're just having fun. My favorite obviously is Gambit. When I first played, I had no idea what the hell it was. I just thought, oh, so we're just gonna kill him. Then I thought it was like, oh my god, claim the tag.
Mm-hmm.
But I was claiming the tags, but I didn't know that I had to take them back to the bank. So I would be like, oh yeah, I got all these tags, and I get shot, and I'm like, okay, so what happened? What, like, why, like
I just lost like 15.
Yeah, and I was like, and I probably was getting all of them and did not know.
Yeah.
You know, I did, but once I saw that that's what you had to do, and then I saw there was a strategy behind it. I started looking at the screen more and going, okay, that's what that block means. That's like the gray area is how much the team has that they're banking their potential score, and learning about the blockers being sent out and everything. That's when I started liking more because it's a mix of strategy, the action, obviously the run and gun, and you can have even a bit of a death match mode in there too if you invade or if someone invades. So it was a perfect storm of everything there, and also trying to figure out who was going to be the enemy that you were going to go with, Hive or the Scorn, for like who was going to be the one. So that one is what I like. It's okay if I'm playing with people I don't know, it's okay, but it's much more fun if I'm playing with people that I know, because it's like you all at some point know where you got to be, even if you never played together. Yeah, you're like, okay, here. You know where you have to be, and it's much more fun. Nobody gets in each other's way. Nobody is standing in front of your shot while you're trying to get those motes. It's a respectable thing. Where I've played games and they've been standing right in front of me, and I'm like, I shot you like 30 times. I don't even know if you can feel it. There's like at least 30 kinetic rounds all in your left butt cheek. I don't even know if you know, but your butt cheek is full of holes right now.
Especially with the invaders, because I know that we play together, and it's more. You're right. It is more fun when you're playing with friends. But when it comes to invaders, you hear all of us like, oh, the invader's coming. Do you see the invader? Do you see the invader? And then that's when one of us will get the eye, and then we'll try to shoot at them. And it's kind of like the whole thing of teamwork makes the dream work thing. It's the teamwork behind the game.
Exactly. And then cool. Like 3 out of 4 of us will die because we'll have a rocket launcher in their back pocket or some wild mess they pulling out. And you're like, why would you do that? Why would you? And then it's the dash of trying to get to the portal once it opens and trying to take out the other team. So I just like that whole strategy of it too. It's just a really cool blend. Look, we've talked about the glaive. We've talked about the bow. I want to know what y'all favorite weapons are. Give me your favorite kinetic. Yeah, look at Jabba's face is like, I see like a whole whiteboard in her head, and she's like, I've got to write this one. This nope, this was a little bit better. This
I know.
Give me your favorite.
Let me go up in my app so I can remember.
Kinetic, your favorite.
Where do I start?
Your favorite power, your favorite heavy. Give me those 3 weapons. That is the beautiful thing about the app. I guess I'm going to go with Jabba because she's trying to be valedictorian for this class.
As
she raises her hand to answer, yes. What are your favorite 3?
So you know what? I don't even know if this would even count, but it's whatever.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, Payne already knows it's my sweet business.
That's the name of the weapon. That's the name of the weapon, folks. She's not talking about my business is my business. No, that's the name of the weapon.
And sometimes I make it funny because whenever I use it, I'm like, all right, I'm going to bring up my sweet business. Then I start going like, sweet Caroline. It'd be like, boom, boom, boom.
Look, you're not the only one.
Okay, bad.
I like sweet business before they did the infinity ammo, because that was the highest one that would give you 999 bullets, but you would have 150 in the clip. And I'm like, perfect, because you know me, I need to empty this clip on you first, and then I'm going to the back. So then I'd be good. But then as soon as they
empty this.
As soon as they did that update where it's like your mostly like your primaries and like your secondaries would be like, unlimited, I'm like, oh, okay, we're having fun now. So
I'm scared.
Number 1, I would have to go to my app just to see exactly what the others would be, because it would be for the heavy, it would be like a simple grenade launcher. I'm really good with those. And then maybe a submachine gun. as like a secondary for me. It all depends. It really depends on most of the guns. I can't really say. I just know Sweet Business. That's my baby. I got two of them. One for my Hunter and one for my Titan. So we good to go.
That's fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that was because I think you're the only person I've known aside from me who's used it. I haven't used it in a while because I started liking to have more of a precision. And Sweet
Mhm.
Business is just I'm gonna tear all this up. I'm gonna tear all this up,
Yes.
and whatever's left is what's left. But just know I'm gonna tear all this up right now. That's my plan. Um, Payne, what about you?
Anyone that plays with me knows that Wish Under. That's my bow. What I
For
really
those who
love
get
about
the
it.
joke
That's
now
a
that I
boo.
had earlier.
What I love about it is that when you actually put it to full draw, you can actually see where the enemy is.
Yes.
Especially like if I were
Oh.
to use it in like Crucible or Gambit, I can see where the opposing guardian is. Um, and then it has a broad tip to the arrow, so it does even more damage. From what someone told me when I first got it, someone told me this before they kind of dumbed down the Wish Under. Like, it used to go through a wall or something like that,
Yep.
or it used to hit like two guardians at the same time or two
Well, it
enemies
still
if
can
they're
do that.
yeah, because I actually experienced that before with not with guardians, but with like just regular enemies when they were both kind of right behind each other and I shot them and they both went down. But I guess they dumbed down the wall part where it used to go
Yeah.
through the wall to hit them, and I'm like, oh well, that sucks that I kind of missed that.
Mhm.
My energy weapon, anything will do. I really do like auto rifles, hand cannons. I started to really get into hand cannons now, and auto rifles and bows because bows kind of fit in there too, especially under your skin now, which is the newer bow that's out. Kind of love
Mhm.
that one,
Love it.
especially for Gambit and Crucible. I kind of like that one.
Mhm.
And my power weapon, I haven't used it in a while, but I am powering it up as I'm going through it. But I like swords too, because the ninja inside me, I gotta have swords or like short blades. The Black Talon, that's
Ooh.
actually my
Mm.
favorite sword, where I can just hit you from afar or I hit you up close, and I get to customize everything purple. That's what I like about everything.
Obviously. What about you, Pharaoh? What's your kinetic energy and power weapons?
I mean, I'll start with power first because kinetic has changed, but my power weapon go-to still is Risk Runner, submachine gun, exotic with the lightning perk. With that, when I have a build where I couple that with Crown of Tempest and a couple other mods, and it's like I'm just like Raiden. I'm the lightning god. I love that. Nothing is everything is getting electricity. I'm juicing everything. But as far as kinetic, for the longest time, it was a bow called Arsenic. No, sorry, not Arsenic. Biting Winds because of the exploding head.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I was able to finally get my hands on Wish Ender, that became my go-to kinetic. Definitely. I mean,
He became my brother in arms after that.
yes, because that perk with the broad head. Yeah, if you got three enemies in a kind of a straight line, and you aim it right, you're catching all three right there. You're dropping them. So it's just, and then that radar where you can see through walls. It's perfect because you can line up the shot, and as soon as they come out into distance, pow, done. And then as far as my heavy, it is a tie between the Zephyr Sword
Okay.
and Gallahorn. Because Gallahorn, I just like the fact that it has those exploding rounds. So once you hit that target, the subsequent other little mini missiles, I guess you want to call them, burst, and then it allows you to. It's one of the faster of all the rocket launchers, allowing you to shoot two almost like back to back once you have the catalyst for it. So, yeah.
All right. See, for me, my go-to is the Monte Carlo. The between the Monte Carlo and the Huckleberry. More the Monte Carlo because the Huckleberry it takes longer to load. It still has the mod where I think because I've like masterworked it, it should fill up automatically, but it takes a long time to load. So I like the Monte Carlo because I always like having, well, I well when I was in the previous season when I had like the anti-barrier rounds for your auto rifle, I would always have that equipped. So I was like, you got a shield? No, absolutely not. And I just go off on it. So I love a good auto rifle. Um, for my energy, I mean, the glaive, the Enigma is awesome. I mean, obviously, but the one that I've been using the most is the Arc Logic auto rifle. I love it. I've had it now since like last season. I want to say when it's there, it's there. I love it. It's compact. It has a nice range, fire. Everything is great. If I'm gonna go with a bow, I go with the Le Marnique because it's poisonous, and I love the fact of being able to
Good
pull it all
choice.
the way back, hit someone, and then anybody that's standing next to them is getting poisoned also.
Oh,
Yeah.
Primo,
Mm.
they dropped a catalyst for that now.
I'll
Time
definitely
to
be
hunt
able
for
to
it.
get that one easily. I'll definitely be able to get that one easily because that was one of my. I haven't used it in a while just because I've been trying to use other weapons. My power weapon, the Zephyr is cool. I do love because it's a stasis weapon, but I just got a stasis machine gun. Um, it's called the Recurrent Impact,
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Mm.
and I love it because, and I didn't realize it was stasis. I was just like, oh, I like this. Made it purple, obviously.
Mhm.
Went through and I started hitting, and I started seeing them turn into like these pillars of stasis crystals. I was like, oh, this is a stasis weapon.
Yep.
Bet the only downside to it is that it runs out of ammo so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
That clip runs out
Yeah, because
quick.
that clip is only like 70
Yeah,
per,
but you should
clip.
only need on a regular enemy, I should say, you should only need maybe 2 rounds.
Yeah, but it sprays so quickly.
Yeah, but it does go quickly. But those have been the ones, before that it was there's a rocket launcher. There's an exotic rocket launcher. I forgot the name of it. Looks like a honeycomb. Wardcliff Coil.
Yep.
That's a ridiculous name. But I love it because it was just like all these rockets will come out and just all aim. And the other thing I loved about it is that I had one of the ornaments for it. I didn't realize with exotic weapons you can't change their color, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't carry more than one.
Yeah.
Damn it. I see we all have a consensus on that feeling, but it had an ornament that I got. I don't know how I even got it. I'll be honest with you. I got the ornament and it made it purple, and I was like, okay, bet I'm in.
I was like, that with the
Like
Wish
Wish Ender.
too. I was like, yes,
I got it.
The gods love me.
I was like, got it. So that's like my like starter pack for just being a stasis throwing individual is that. What are you looking forward to with this new season, or what are you hoping that they're going to do with it, Jabba?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna bring back any baddies, which I'm kind of looking forward to because I did show Payne this. I don't know if I put it in our chat, but there is like a meme or like theory going around where like if you look at your loading screen before like you get to your characters, you kind of see like a silhouette of Oryx around it. I have to show you the image of it. I'm like,
Yeah, because Destiny loved putting little teasers and Easter eggs like that all over the place.
I mean, it's like I don't know, and then I'm like, what you doing over there? Like, what you plotting? Let me find out. So like, I don't know. Like, maybe they might bring back some old baddies and stuff. I mean, obviously they did bring back like the Iron Banner level for Rise of Iron level in Control, which Payne was like so excited about. So I'm like, oh, they brought this back. Like, we didn't see that like D1. And I don't even remember of them like saying that in like the trailers that they were bringing that back until you saw it. So it was like, oh, okay. So it's like I'm just looking forward just to be playing it. That's my thing.
Awesome. Pain, what are you hoping that they do, or what are you looking forward to?
It's the same thing. I'm looking forward to playing it more. Um, I'm still a baby in this game, so just all these Easter eggs that everybody's talking about, I, I wouldn't know until someone tells me, and then they'll send me a 3 hour YouTube video about the story.
Now it's 4 hours now.
Yeah, no, I heard, and
No.
I mean, I still watched it. I just do something else in the background while I'm listening to it. But just really looking forward to how this story is going to play out, and then hearing Oryx and hearing the whole mythology behind the three sisters, and just like their story and everything. And then I think it's a story about like how the Guardians became the Guardians, and like all this whole big expansion of stories. And I'm like, I'm here for it. So I'm just looking forward to how this story is going to turn out. And Queen Mara is awesome, even though she has her moments, apparently, from what I've heard and from what I've witnessed. But she's awesome because she's all purple. But I don't know. But
Right. Now, as being someone who is a baby in the Destiny gameplay, have you thought about going and playing the first game?
a couple of times, but then I guess for me, it's like I'm so knee deep into two, it kind of deters me to go to one, if that makes any sense. Like it kind of just stopped me from going to one, especially when like I ended up becoming a part of a small community, which is us, that talks about Destiny 1, tells me the story of Destiny 1. So I was like, well, people are telling me the story, so I'm just going to take their word for it and just look at the videos that people's been sending me, look at some of the other stuff like story related that I've received rather, and just kind of go from there instead of just shelling out another $20 or 30 or 40, however the cost of D1 is, to play it. Whereas like, I'm already like really into D2. So I'm just going to stay in D2, but I'm just going to learn the lore of D1 so I can understand D2's lore a little bit better.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. What about you, Pharaoh? What are you looking forward to, or what would you like to see in the game?
I'll go with the second question. What I would like to see in the game, even though I think Bungie did a fantastic job with Witch Queen, I just want Sparrow Racing League to come back. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's what everybody wants. Sparrow Racing League. Look, make it a mini game. Make it a side game. I will spend the extra money, but just bring that back. That was something that, I think out of all the different things and like game modes that Destiny has put in there and taken out and put in, I think that's the only one that I can't remember anybody not liking it. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. But as far as what I like now, I love the story. I love where it's going. I have so many because I'm really heavy into the lore. I played D1, I went through all those videos. I actually enjoy, listening to them while I'm like doing other stuff, cooking, cleaning and stuff. So it's like, I see a lot of little tidbits that I could see where they could be going with these subsequent games, like Beyond Light, what they're talking about and so on. Because like with the story of, Oryx and Savathun just alone is convoluted. And then there's it's a lot. I just don't want to spoil it for everybody yet, because I know that everybody hasn't gone through the campaign, but they have my attention, to say the least, because the way how they've been weaving this story, especially the fact that, the Traveler, gave us this power of the light. But it's like, when you look at the history of the Traveler, like with the Elixir, he left them. He had gave it to them first too. So like, some of that is kind of like they're starting to answer those questions. So I'm really digging that.
Yeah, there's gonna be. I mean, I think what was. I'm trying to remember what seasons the epic was. I mean, excuse me, not the epic, but what seasons? I think it was like to 19. Maybe I'm trying to remember how many. Like when I ordered it, said like it was like seasons, and it had a couple of different seasons.
Mhm.
so they're going to keep expanding, obviously, and the way they built the game is great. Where now the game is free, the base game, I should say, the base game is free of Destiny 2. Then you can add on to it. That's a perfect way to keep the longevity going, and you can have different seasons, just like you would have a TV show,
Yep.
or a comic, or like any type of series. So this is a great way to do it, and I love the fact that you're able to just build upon it and add to it, and keep the character that you have, that you've worked and built put so much time into. You don't have to build a new character. Although with the first game, they did do a great thing where you could take and port that character to the second game and replay it, and it would give you the history and everything, which I thought was very smart. My favorite, the thing that I'm looking forward to are the seasons. Around Halloween, around the holiday time, like those are always cool, and the different game modes that they have. So I always look forward to that. Like this one was actually really cool. I really like got to go deep into it, and I did get my Zephyr sword. I got my Once I saw this at a stasis sword, I said, oh, you done messed up now. You done, yeah, I'm gonna get that stasis butter knife. I'm gonna get that. Somebody's getting cut. Somebody getting, yeah, I'm shanking for you.
Oh, way.
Cell block G. Don't forget.
Not,
Stole my fruit cup when I was a phone check. All right, yeah, man. Now who got top bunk? I'm sorry. I blacked out for a minute. I had some PTSD from something that, you know what? Well, I don't even want to talk about that right now. So all right, so because that was back in the day. I don't want to talk about that right now. That's my business. I'm grown for business. But yeah, there's going to be so much more to come with the game. We've only been in it for a week, so there will be updates and patches, and things will be fixed. That have not been working out. Everyone will get their items and their rewards and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to see where the story goes. I think I'm, like I said, I'm at a level 3, and I still have a lot of ways to go. And I know that you guys are going to be playing relentlessly. There will be, from what I see, a very heated level race between two people, as I've seen in the chat. That ain't none of my business. Nobody said my name, so ain't none of my business.
Me and Pharaoh is just here eating our
popcorn and gummy bears. That's
There's
it.
a very heated race. I saw the numbers and I was like, I'm still the starting line. I'm still starting like eating the hot dog. Like, so when's the race start? Oh, they started already?
No, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna even say it. Nope.
So
I will say
it's already in her hand. Oh my god, she already.
Yeah.
She's not even.
He's not even here. He's in the kitchen.
I know. There, I push one button.
He's not even here to defend himself or to taunt her. He's in the kitchen.
I don't know what to even. You know what? That's cool. But so I'm excited to see where
That's
we go.
Them.
Look, that ain't got nothing to do with me. If it ain't about a sandwich,
me and Payne, we be chilling with snacks in the back.
If it ain't about a sandwich or some mashed potatoes with some gravy, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, ain't got nothing to do with me. If it ain't about that.
I will say this though. When I first started, it was just me and the person that got me into it, and then slowly but surely I started to have more people to play with. Like, because Jabba came on. She found out that I started to play, and that's when she's like, "Oh my god, you play!" It's like, "Oh my god, you play!" That was her. And he's like, "Yeah, I play. Let's play." So and then found out that my fiance plays, and he's like, "You play Destiny now?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, okay." He's like, "Let's play." And then that's when that whole ride between them two started. And then I found out about Pharaoh playing, and then he's giving me like the whole lore. Like, I already had 3 hours worth of video. Then he gave me I can
fill in the gaps.
Like he gave me like other resources to fill the gaps for the story that the video didn't provide. And then I found out that you were playing Hungry Bleek on my PSN. I was like, he plays Destiny too. So it's just the fact that like I'm gaining a community through like little by little throughout the months and the year of me playing it. And then now it's like it's like 5 of us now in this group that plays, and it's like this is really cool that it's 5 of us. The 5th one's in the kitchen. But it's like the 5 of us that's playing, and it feels awesome. It feels awesome to be a part of like a gaming community. So I will say that. So it feels awesome to be like playing with friends, and because I'm so used to playing a lot of games by myself.
Yeah, me too.
Or like sometimes it'll be me and Java or me and my fiance, or sometimes it'll just be the three of us. And then sometimes life happens and people have to work. So then, we all play individually on our own most of the time. So for us to kind of like reconnect as gamers, not just as like comic book and manga and all the other black nerd stuff that we into, but for us to really connect as gamers through a game that we all really like, it's pretty humbling. Like I actually feel like I'm a part of something gaming wise, that I felt that I've been very soloed, like I just solo for so long. So I just wanted to throw that in there, kind of build the community. I'm still a baby in this game, but it feels nice.
Well,
Well, I'm kind of the same
it
way.
is very nice, and it is very positive to have that that group a part of it. And that kind of brings me to um, this week's the Bleak perspective and the gaming. Look, folks, life is right now. That's the only way that I can describe it. Life is right now. A lot of things are going on um, in the world and in everyone's own backyard. So when you have something like this that is just fun and just gets you to either interact with people or to vent your frustrations or your therapy, what have you, then do it. It's enjoyable and it's great. And I hope you all continue to enjoy this. I'm not going to be mad. There's nothing I'm mad about. I know usually recently I've been mad about a few things with this, but I'm not. This is a great thing. This is a cool thing. This is a fun thing. And I think we need to sometimes emphasize more positive things. I myself sometimes need to do that. So I want to say that if you are gaming, enjoy the game. Revel in the game, however you are playing it, whether you are playing with a group, whether you're playing by yourself, whether you're getting 10 minutes or you're getting 5 hours or however much time that you're carving out for yourself in that day, whether it's planned or whether it's, oh, something fell through, now I get to play the game for a bit. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to have a good time. And I just want you to exhale and breathe. But still, every so often, step away from the screen, get some fresh air, drink that water, take your vitamins, and just take care of yourself, all right? Because sometimes that's all that we can do. But what do I know? That's just my bleak perspective. That tea tastes so good when you're drinking it out of a mug, out of a game that was created by a black woman. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Look, folks, that's been today's show. Thank you so very much for everyone who has joined me. We got Payne 128. We got Jabbachan. Watch out for her sweet business. We've got PharaohRamsay. These two right here are the wish enders. If you make a wish, they're gonna pop up behind you and just end it. That's all. That's it. That's it. Your day is done. Don't throw a coin in the pond and do, I wish for it. They're gonna pop up like, what you wishing for? Not today. Nah. You ain't getting that wish today, Playboy. Nah. Run me that silver. Run me the silver. Run me the moats and the silver. Then run over to the store and pick up a Newports for your grandmother. All right. On that note, folks, enjoy the rest of your day. Do the best you can with what you got, because in the end, that's all you get. And remember to eat something tasty, because why not?
All right.
HUNGRY. Why? Because I enjoy this. BLEEK. I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace.